the operating system. Now, I used all three operating systems, and I say used in the past. I used Windows since before there was Windows. I used it when it was DOS, the disk operating system, DOS from Microsoft. I used Windows 1.0. I don't think that a lot of people know what 1.0 is, because I think that Windows really became popular when it came out with 3.1, which really had good graphic interface. 1.0 didn't have a graphic interface, so it was just the ability to do several things at the same time in parallel and leave one process and restart it when I come back to it. So I'm a Windows person. I did have a couple of MacBooks, MacBook Pros and MacBook Airs. Never grew on me. One thing to keep in mind is there's a switching cost. Things are incompatible. Yes, they're trying to be able to work on the same file types, but it's not necessarily the case in all times, and they may not be able to handle certain software or certain file types in one computer versus the other in a compatible manner. So it's kind of a commitment that you're making, and the switching costs are pretty high. If you decide one day you're switching from Windows to Mac, from Mac to Windows, it's going to be pretty hard. To tell you that one of them will absolutely not be able to support functionality that the other can, I can't tell you that. And the main reason is because you're going to find software. If Premiere Pro would not work as good on Apple, then Final Cut Pro would work on Apple and give you similar functionality. If OBS will not work on a Mac as much as it does on Windows, then you're going to have Ecamm that's going to run on Mac, and they're, again, pretty similar. There's one more type of a computer, and that's the Chromebook. I really love Chromebooks. We have quite a few Chromebooks here in our family. I still have one of them operating. And I use that mainly for applications that are web dependent. So things that are in the cloud and I can access them. And if anything happens to that laptop, then I'm going to just, throw it away, get another Chromebook, and just sign in, and I get access to everything I had before, with the exception of files that I did save locally. We'll talk about that. But for me, through this, I will talk about Windows computers. So I know that there are Mac people out there that I'm going to disappoint right now. And it's not that I think that Windows is better than Mac. It's just I've been using it for longer. And I don't know as much about the Macs other than when I had them in the past, but I didn't use them to the extent that I use Windows machines. So if you're a Mac person, what I'm going to talk about next in terms of peripherals and things like that would still apply. But when I do my comparisons and when I show you things on the websites, I am going to use Windows computers. So it's up to you whether you want to stick with me or not.